Before I jump into email marketing and telling you how to get started, I just wanted to tell you why I'm in such a freaking good mood. I just finished a call with a client and it was so good seeing her totally transform herself and her business from being super confused and overwhelmed by all the different things she had to do in her business and not having a clue where to start, to having so much clarity and feeling super excited about where she's going with it all now, because everything is just so much clearer and she's so much more confident about talking about everything, and it just fills me with so much joy, because that's literally why I absolutely love what I do, and that's why I create so much content on YouTube, and that's why I have my coaching program, because it makes me so happy seeing people so happy. So anyway, let's jump into email marketing. So I genuinely really wish that I had started my email list sooner. I was constantly thinking, I need to have a fully amazing website all set up. I need to have a flourishing business. I need to have enough people interested to even consider collecting emails, because what's the point of collecting 1 or 2 emails at a time? It just seemed like I wasn't ready for it. And I really, really regret that. And so many people that I have heard as well who have successful business now, they all say, I wish I started my email list sooner. That's why I'm making this video today, so I can help you get started now. So it's really not as complicated as you may think it is, and you can start super simple. Literally, if you're at an in-person event, either an exhibition, a pop-up, a market, a craft show, anything like that, take a piece of paper with you or a little notebook and have that on your stand, and just point people towards it. Say, in case you're interested in finding out more, when I launch my next collection, then pop your email address there. I don't send loads of emails, but just nice to keep in touch if you're interested to stay updated with what's going on. So it's just super casual and it's there. Even if you don't have a website set up. One of my other clients, she was at a market and she collected people's email addresses, and then once she's going to launch her website soon, so she's going to input those emails into her email list so that they will then get a notification when the website goes live. And rather than her waiting to feel like she shouldn't collect emails already, she's already got a list, so when she launches. So the point is, really just get started. The next event you have, get a piece of paper, get people's email addresses and get starting with that list, and you can input them later. So once you've got these emails, then you want to send them to the place where you sell your jewelry, whether that's on Etsy or your own website. If you're stuck and you can't decide which option is for you, then I have another video on that linked above. And I'll link it down below as well. And then you want to be able to send them at least 1 newsletter a month to start off with, I would recommend, so it doesn't feel too overwhelming. And then you can build on that. But just start somewhere. Start small. So if you do 1 newsletter a month, that's 12 a year. Think about that. 12 emails a year. I'm sure we all send 12 emails a day sometimes with our other jobs. So sending 1 for yourself, for your business, just about something that is relevant. So for example, it could be you talking about a new launch. You could be doing a little promotion for Valentine's Day, for example. You could be talking about the inspiration behind your collection, and that's a whole email. Could be your brand story, could be all kinds of different things, but just start somewhere, because you want to start to build that relationship and that connection with your audience. So it's really important to have access to those emails to be able to do that. So once you've set up with an email service provider, then you can start automating your email sequences. So there are different types of emails that you would send out at different times. So then once you feel comfortable with the newsletters going out once a month, then on top of that, you can create different series of emails that happen automatically, which is great. So what you would do is, for example, create a welcome series. So it takes the customers through a journey, through a series of different emails that you've thought through, and they really help that the customer get to know, like, and trust you. So it's really important to think about where they're at on that journey to be able to do that. So step by step. Then you can also create an abandoned cart series, for example, where you try and convert that person who was interested into an actual customer. And there's so many different things you can set up and get automated so that you don't have to physically be there, sitting there typing the email every single time somebody signs up or joins and feeling obliged to keep them updated, and it gets overwhelming and confusing. you can be on the beach sipping a cocktail and your emails are going out. So that is great, saving you time, because time is precious. Anyone who joins my Consistent Sales Academy will actually get access to all of my email templates. Let me actually just show you what that looks like. So I'm just going to head over here to Notion. So Notion is basically like my second brain. So in the email marketing section, you are going to see all of the different emails that they get. And when you click on them, you can also see here like the day to wait in between each one, and then the actual email itself. So I just put pictures here. So for each of these emails in the welcome series, each of these emails in the abandoned cart series, etc., etc. And that just makes it so much simpler. So basically they can essentially copy and paste what I've written, obviously tweak it to make it their own, but essentially it just speeds up the process. So the whole point of the welcome series is to welcome a person to your brand, basically. So when they land on my website, then they sign up, then what happens is they'll be entered into the series of emails. So all of those emails are designed specifically to help that person get to know you. And it's not like I'm trying to push and like force like them to read loads of emails and I'm being really pushy and salesy in those emails. Absolutely not at all. The aim is to get them to know, like, and trust me, because when they do, then they're more likely to make a purchase because they feel like they have a connection with me. So it's welcome. It's a welcome series. So you're welcoming them to your brand, and it's a really nice way to build that trust and for them to then potentially turn from a potential customer into an actual buying customer. So it's really been thought through in terms of sales psychology, but not in a pushy way, not at all. It's nothing sleazy about it at all. There's like my brand story, where it began. There's like I'm not going to go through them all here because that's in the course, but I explain all of those emails specifically and what the function of each of them is, so that you can then create your own based on your brand story, and everything that is relevant to you specifically. But essentially, the idea you can essentially recreate based on that, exactly what you see in there. So just copy pasting and turning it into your own brand story. All of this has been designed to make email marketing super easy and tangible for you, so it doesn't feel like this massive big daunting job and you have no idea where to begin and what to put in your emails. I have made that all so much easier for you. So while I'm here on Notion, let me just show you what Notion is. So Notion is basically my second brain. So I've created a jewelry dashboard that I use in my own jewelry business that I've recreated for everyone who joins the CSA, Consistent Sales Academy, and they're going to get access to all the things that I use to organize myself, to do marketing, to do branding, to do finance, organize my making and content planning, and organizing different projects. And I will actually do a whole video on this next week and explain all of this in a bit more detail. But yeah, essentially like even finances, personal budget, business budget, and everything that you need just to stay on top of everything. But I'm actually going to do a whole video on Notion next week, so make sure that you subscribe to stay tuned so that you don't miss that one. So to summarize, email marketing is really the best way to build an audience because that audience is yours. It's not Instagram's, it's not YouTube's, it's yours. And then you can actively communicate and build a relationship with people who have actually said, hey, I'm interested in hearing more about your brand. So it's really important to change your mindset from feeling like you're pushy and sleazy in terms of you're invading their inbox with your emails. If they've signed up, it's because they're interested. If they're not interested, they can unsubscribe. So really try and remove that fear of feeling invasive with your emails and see it as a really positive way to build a connection and a relationship with your audience. So that's really, really important. Another really important takeaway is to just get started. Even if that means just a piece of paper at an event and you don't have a website set up yet, it's really important just to make that first step so that it doesn't feel as daunting. And once you get started, then you can build those. Even if it's just sending an email to 5 or 10 people, that's still, you've still started, and you can build that and grow that slowly but surely, rather than feeling like you need to have at least 100 people on your email list before it's worth your time and effort to start sending out those emails. The sooner, the better. So if you're worried about creating a website and that feels super daunting, that's also actually something that I cover in my course, because I know a lot of jewelers out there who get stuck on that one, and I personally did. Trust me, I found that super, super scary. So I know it feels like a big deal. I really do. And so that's why I help you with resources and feedback and everything to help you build that website as well, so that you can feel confident about it, and in turn have a really clear place to direct people who sign up to your emails as well. And lastly, talking about newsletters, I actually have a newsletter for my coaching business, in case you haven't heard about it. I'll put a link in the description for you below. So basically in those newsletters, I just try and support you with different areas of your business and offer you little quick wins, little tips, advice, all kinds of stuff to help support you with your jewelry business. So I hope that is helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you in next week's YouTube video all about Notion and staying organized in your jewelry business. So subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you there. Bye.